Hey guys, Eli here. Welcome back to my July episode of Tales from the Bargain Bin. Pretty much where I just show the videos show the movies that I bought for at a bargain bins and cheap stuff basically. And in this case, it's all DVD, but it's a pretty decent stack. So yeah, let's check it out. First, we've got an A24 film that I had admittedly never even heard of. Talking about Slice. This came out back in 2018. Stars Zazie Beetz, Chance Bennett, aka Chance the Rapper. And it looks like Joe Keery. God, that guy just shows up everywhere ever since Stranger Things became a big deal. There's some other, Chris Parnell. Anyways, I've actually heard, since buying this, I've actually done a very, very small amount of research, and I've heard that this is not too great. Directed by Austin Vesely. Not familiar, but anyways, I don't know. It looks cool. It's about Chance the Rapper plays like a pizza delivery guy, werewolf, something like that. I'm curious. Some of these DVDs are kind of rough, by the way. They, kind of rough. But my next pickup is Brightburn. I just had no interest in this movie when it came out for some reason. I'm not even really sure why. Back in 2019, I don't know. I think it was because I was, again, superhero burnout. At the time, I don't even think I wanted to watch, superhero movies that were outside the box, which is what this is. But I've been watching The Boys lately, and I've just been thinking about you love this show so much. Why not check out Brightburn finally? It was produced by James Gunn. I'm a big James Gunn fan. I don't know if he had anything else to do with it other than just producing it. But it's a dark superhero story, kind of like a spin on Superman himself. Superman. The story of Superman. We all know it. He comes to Earth as a baby. He gets raised by the right people. He turns out to be a great man. This one is kind of the same story, but instead of turning out to be good, he turns out to be evil. But this isn't a story about his whole life. You just get to see him like as a kid, like a middle schooler or something like that. But he's evil. He kills people, and I really want to watch this now. I don't know why I passed on it, because it's totally my thing. Other than the superhero part, which I don't hate superheroes. I grew up with comic books, but it's for another day. And then I've got Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm a big fan of both characters. I've never heard of this. It's a Cartoon Network movie. Came out back in 2021. 2 hours, it says. Please tell me this isn't 2 hours. Also, I don't know if it's a full-length movie or if it's like episodes, because it doesn't really say on the back from what I can see, which is the entire back. Either way, I'm assuming it's maybe 2 1-hour episodes or something. I don't think I'd want to watch a 2-hour straight movie of Scooby and Courage. It depends on. When I say that, I mean it depends on who is involved. I don't know. Should be fun. I hope. I hope it's not just a cash grab bullshit. Cash grab. Next, oh man, I hated this movie so much that I bought it twice. Some movies when I find them out and about in the wild for cheap, I'll just grab them. Sometimes I don't know why, but Big Bad Wolf, I reviewed it. This is a different cover than the one that it's kind of why I bought it, because it's a different cover than the one I have. It's a way better cover. So now I have 2 copies of a movie I don't like. Werewolf movie from, I don't know, I reviewed it. I can't release it. It's so scratched up on the back and stuff, I can't even see the date. Mid 2006 or something. Yeah, I don't know. You can watch my review if you want, but it's, I can tell you now, it's not a very good movie. I'm not going to say it's completely not worth watching. It's not worth owning twice. I can fully say that. But, as a watch, I don't know, man. Sure. And then thanks to my buddies over at the Needlessly Nostalgic podcast. Check them out. It's 2 of the guys that work for Joe Blow. They're great, Tyler and Lance. So they've been doing a podcast where they just kind of talk about stuff that they're nostalgic about, movies. And they often have brought up Universal Soldier Regeneration, sorry. Which is a movie I had zero interest in when it came out. In fact, I liked the first Universal Soldier. I was on board with that back when it came out. Probably saw it in the theater. But everything after, I must not have been the biggest fan because everything after I just completely ignored. But I've heard this is awesome. Came out. Let's see. Let me get a date for you. 2010. It looks like. So you've got yeah, Dolph Lundgren returning with Van Damme, and you've got Andrei Arlovsky, the UFC fighter or MMA fighter. I've just heard this is a high octane, super brutal, gory, mean as hell action movie, and I'm curious to see that. Yeah, curious to watch it. Then we've got a horror classic that I have actually never seen. Yeah, there's still a lot of horror stuff I haven't seen that I'm working my way up. We got The Stepfather, Terry O'Quinn. This is a I don't know, Shout Factory release. It's got to be at least 10 years old. I've always wanted to check this out. Directed by Joseph Rubin. Always wanted to check it out. Just for some reason, never have. Heard it's a classic, and I'll probably like it. Got a couple more. I don't know if anyone has watched my Fortress review recently, but that was a lot of fun. I really dig that movie. So much that I went and picked up Fortress 2. This one doesn't seem to get any of the good reviews that the first one got. I'll have to dig into it. I think it's a different... Yeah, it's not Stuart Gordon this time, so... that's going to hurt it right there. Obviously got Christopher Lambert back. I don't know. I think this was probably a cash grab since since Fortress, the first one, did do pretty well financially. This came out 7 years later, so this is 1999. So first of all, waiting 7 years for a movie, to follow up a movie like that's never going to work. And again, no Stuart Gordon. So I don't know what the story behind this is. I'm sure Christopher Lambert wanted to do it because he seemed to really love, the first film. So I'm sure he was probably on board. I'm assuming he probably gives it his all. Whether or not everyone else does, yet to be seen. All right, last one. A really dirty, beat-up copy, DVD copy of the Spike Jonze film Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Amy Adams and Rooney Mara and Olivia Wilde and Scarlett Johansson. I have wanted to see this for a good while. God, I hate when I can't see the dates. I don't know, man. Came out within the last decade. I didn't have a lot of interest in it when it came out. I think I was still in my only horror mode, and that's fine. But yeah, 2014, it says right on the front. I wonder when it came out. So, but over the last 11 years, I have just continuously heard how good this is, and I'm much more interested in watching something like this now. It's basically about, it's set in I think maybe the near future. Simple story, really, about a guy who falls in love with an AI entity of some sort. It's supposed to be really, really, really good. So glad to finally have the chance to watch that. Anyways, that's all I got for now, guys. See anything you like? See anything you haven't heard of? Maybe you plan on checking out. I know that wasn't probably the most interesting stack, but those were all just random purchases. I don't think I was really looking necessarily for any of those. That's usually how these kinds of pickups go for me. So I hope you guys are having a good week. Just talking about movies and stuff. Tell me about your cats and dogs. Give them hugs and pets for me. Anyways, cheers, guys. See you at the multiplex.